This just in, Rudy Giuliani is conceding, this is in a court filing, that he made defamatory statements about 2 Atlanta area election workers. Giuliani made the concession in an effort to resolve a lawsuit against him brought by Ruby Freeman and her daughter Shaye Moss. You'll remember them. Former President Trump and his then personal attorney Giuliani targeted them after the 2020 election by tweeting this surveillance video insinuating wrongdoing. Giuliani also repeated the lies when he answered questions by the January 6th committee.
Of Ruby Freeman and Shaye Freeman Moss and one other gentleman, quite obviously, surreptitiously passing around USB ports as if they're vials of heroin or cocaine. I mean, it's obvious to anyone who's a criminal investigator or prosecutor, they are engaged in surreptitious illegal activity, again, that day.
Freeman and Moss also testified before the committee on the toll that those statements by Giuliani, false statements he's now conceding, had on their lives.
I've lost my name and I've lost my reputation. I've lost my sense of security. All because a group of people, starting with number 45 and his ally, Rudy Giuliani, decided to scapegoat me and my daughter, Shaye.
I don't want to go anywhere. I second guess everything that I do. It's affecting my life in a major way, in every way, all because of lies.
CNN senior crime and justice reporter Caitlin Polantz is with us. You know, I was just thinking that was some of the most compelling, memorable testimony that entire committee and the public heard. And now Giuliani is conceding what he said wasn't true.
Yeah, well, Poppy, this is a really unusual and a very legally tricky move that Giuliani is trying to make here in court. Essentially, he's trying to make this lawsuit from Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss, where they accuse him of defaming them. He's trying to make it go away. And the way he's doing that is that he's conceding that, yes, he did make these false statements about these women after the 2020 election. He's also saying that he acknowledges that those statements can be defamatory, that they were defamatory, but he's trying to avoid his own accountability here by saying in this court filing late last night that his statements mean that he shouldn't necessarily have to pay damages to them because his statements alone might not be what was hurting these women. And also, he's trying to say that what he was saying after the 2020 election is still protected speech, First Amendment constitutionally protected speech. Now, this is, like I said, a highly unusual filing, and it's the type of filing I have never seen before in a civil lawsuit. It's normally the sort of thing you might try and do in a criminal context, but this is a lawsuit he's facing, and so a judge has to look at this now. She has to determine whether this is going to be an acceptable way to resolve this lawsuit. And also, I've reached out to the lawyer for Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss to see if it's acceptable to them as well. They had tried to make some sort of settlement with Giuliani before, and it didn't amount to anything. And so how this actually factors in here at a time where Giuliani is facing a lot of possibilities himself, a lot of risk with this lawsuit, how it resolves that is really unclear.
And does it factor into the special counsel's investigation? We know from the reporting that you guys had yesterday that they now have all of these Giuliani documents.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be the question going forward here, because what he's doing in this filing, like I said, it's in a civil lawsuit. And so he keeps writing that he's making these concessions about making these statements, making these defamatory statements, making false statements about the 2020 election for the purposes of this litigation. So he's trying to confine it just to this case. What it means to the special counsel is really going to be something that the prosecutors will have to decide. And of course, not only do they have all those documents from his close colleague Bernie Kerik, they also have sat down with Rudy Giuliani as investigators looking into criminal activity around the 2020 election. He spoke to them twice, and we just don't know what he told them or how that conversation went about what was said in Georgia and what Giuliani specifically was saying about Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss after the 2020 election.
Caitlin Polantz, thank you so much for the reporting. Elie Honig is with us. Thoughts?
Well, Rudy Giuliani is trying to cut his losses here. It is, as Caitlin said, remarkable to see someone in a defamation lawsuit admit, yes, what I said was false. This is one of his most despicable, over-the-top lies. What he seems to be trying to do is limit this to this question of, was it constitutionally protected speech? You have a lot of range when it comes to First Amendment political speech, but I cannot even conceive of how you justify attacking innocent civilian poll workers falsely like this.
So that further, that he said it right, he wants to be protected, but he won't concede that these statements actually caused damages.
Yeah.
That's where that's falling under, right? Hey, you can't prove that what I said actually made your life a living hell, even if you said it.
Right. Even though their lives were made living hells, he's going to blame other people. He's going to say, well, other people sort of said similar things about you and jumped on the bandwagon. I mean, this is a sort of desperate last-second gasp to try to limit his own liability here. It's really an astonishing concession by Rudy.